Hey guys, so we wanted to spend our time on our video today kind of updating everyone on what's been going on behind the scenes as we kind of gear for the season of our lockdown right now. And I want to start off with a passage that's kind of becoming a foundation for us and really a vision and a prayer for us, and that's out of Hebrews 10 beginning in verse 24 and 25, and it says, "And let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works, not neglecting to meet together as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day drawing near." I think it's important for the church to remember really two things out of this passage during this time. The first one is really the call to love and encourage each other, to stir that up within each other, stir up good deeds. And so finding ways and creative ways to encourage each other, to stay connected, to do good things for people. And the second one is this idea of meeting together and keeping the fellowship. And so we'll be talking about here in a minute or two how we plan to do that over the next few days and kind of invite you into that space. So over the next season, we're kind of calling this project, if you will, Westfield Together. That idea that we are still keeping the family, that we're all in this together. I don't know if you've been watching this kind of stuff. I've been spending a lot of time researching what other churches are doing, ways that we can be inspired, ways we can apply that here. And I got to tell you something. I'm watching the global church really come together. I'm seeing across church membership lines, across denomination lines, I'm seeing the global church truly be one. At the beginning of this month, Elizabeth and I attended a conference in Orlando on church planning, getting a little bit more training. And the whole theme of it was what they called the Great Collaboration, finding ways to come together. And it was really born out of John 17 when Jesus prays that the church, we would be one as he and the Father are one. And so that we would show unity across all lines possible. And I'm starting to see unique things like that. Like last night, Elizabeth and I were able to participate in a worship service from Ren Collective, the band I actually talked about yesterday in the video. They kind of live streamed their living room devotion from Nashville, Tennessee. They're stuck there, they're away from home, but they live streamed this time of worship, a time of devotion, and really invited us as the people from the internet into their space. And so it was awesome to just sit in our living room in the midst of our streaming binge watch as everyone else has been doing. And all of a sudden, we've been able to enter a moment of worship with people from our living room to a living room in Nashville, Tennessee. It's been kind of amazing to see what the Lord has been doing in the church. And so we really want to invite our people into that story, into that piece, but also to remain Westfield together as a congregation and as a unit and as a family. And so here's how we plan to do that. The first thing is really the deacon ministries. Tomorrow, the staff and we're going to be sitting down talking about practically what we've been working on, and one involves the care for the elderly. Our heart has really been going out for them, especially those that are by themselves, especially those that don't have the capacity to get out on their own. Over the coming weeks, there are going to be things like they're going to need help buying groceries and among other things. And so we'll be putting together some volunteers that would be willing to do that. And we want to encourage a lot of people, take that initiative. Don't, if you find out about a need, if somebody needs some groceries purchased or whatever, take that upon yourself. Just go do that. Like I was at Walmart today dealing with the crazies. Like, if anything, it's, my joke has been, it'll be a sermon illustration one day or a story I tell my kids or grandkids. Like, yeah, that actually happened. But take that initiative upon yourself to help each other out. Families. I hear there's a lot of kids getting a lot of energy and finding ways to get that out in the house. So here's some ideas. Why not, as a family, spend time on the phone talking to some people and talking, especially to the elderly in our congregation and in our community, or pulling out like the scratch craft supplies and making cards to mail to them, to just keep them in your prayer and keep the fellowship of the church going. As part of that deacon meeting that we plan to have tomorrow, as a church staff, we want to address the question, what if somebody in our church catches corona? What is our plan? Well, here's what we've got so far, and we'll be putting some information out about this here soon. We plan to put together these 1-week kits, and so we're going to need volunteers willing to go shopping. We'll help put together a shopping list, but to put together these like 1-week kits in Rubbermaid bins and leave on the porch. And so we're keeping that social distancing thing happening, but we're still caring for people that won't be able to leave their house because of the 2-week quarantine. And so again, we're going to need a lot of help and a lot of volunteers for our deacon ministries. The second major thing we've been working on, and we've kind of experimented a little bit, is this idea of experiencing our church online and this digital church fellowship that we've been working on and talking about. You know, we've been posting lots of updates, and we will continue on Facebook and on our website. So make sure you stay tuned to those. On our website, we actually have a coronavirus tab that we're going to keep as like a live blog as things get updated, and these videos we'll post there, as well as just any side project we've been working on and ways to get involved with that. So check out our Facebook and our website as well. So these videos are going to be a big piece of it. We plan to spend time studying the Word together, but also using it as ministry update times like today, or family resource updates, things that we're aware of that other people are trying, that just send that out. Just give some parents and families ways to keep engaged and really take this season that is so bizarre but can be so unique if it's used right to really just create a good spiritual foundation with our families. And so we want to do that as well. Right Now Media, we've been working hard on that. We have a Westfield channel, if you don't know. So on the left-hand side, there's a tab that'll have Westfield Presbyterian Church. Click on that if you've got an account. We'll be able to post all these videos on there, so it's an easy access library to all these videos, but also things like we'll be finding Bible studies to post, to do. We'll be finding family resources and just ways to encourage spiritual growth within our families in this season. So check out and stay tuned on our Right Now Media page as well. We plan to find some ways over the next couple days about how to have regular worship experiences online. As I already mentioned, the Ren Collective thing, they're actually going to do another live stream Friday at 5 o'clock. You can find it on Instagram and Facebook Live. We found it on YouTube as well. So as we find those things, we want to send them out, but we also want to do that together as a family. And so we should have an update here pretty soon, even if it's just another sermon video on Sunday with Pastor Chris. We plan to do something, and we'll keep you updated on that. And who knows what's heading down the future. You know, we could do things like a weekly prayer call, even online, like a Zoom call. We could ministry meetings online and things. So stay tuned as we continue to develop our digital movement. And really, the third thing that I want to spend our time talking about is the idea of how to help, how to really be Westfield Together. And so here's ways that you all at home can get involved. One, volunteers. As I mentioned with the deacon ministries, we're going to need people as time wears on to go out to the store and to buy some things for some people. And so finding ways to do that and phone calls and encouraging each other, especially the elderly, all those little things can really help us out and keep us updated, just so we can make sure as many people are being taken care of as possible. The second way to help is finances. On our website, we've got online baking up and running on our website. On the homepage, we've got a donate button. We plan to add that to the Corona update as well here in the coming days. But right now, it is on the homepage that you can just send in a donation that way. We also have a smartphone app. And a way to do that, and on our homepage you can find some information about how to do that as well. And go old school. Send in write a check and mail it in to us, and we'll take care of it from there. But we do need financial support in order to keep things moving in this season. But the biggest thing we really need in order to be Westfield Together is to spend a season in prayer. Lift up the church, lift up the people in our community, lift up our world right now, and let us be united in prayer. And so that, I think, is the best way for us to really flourish in this project as Westfield Together. I just want to close again the way that I opened, with the Hebrews passage, which really is the foundation of what we're trying to do with this Westfield Together project, and really needs to be our prayer over this season. Again, it's Hebrews 10, 24 and 25. It says, "And let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works, not neglecting to meet together as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more you see the day drawing near." Let that be our prayer over the season. Let that be the foundation as we enter this project together as Westfield Together. We'll talk to you all real soon.